Hello, everyone, and I am excited to announce that Big Boy number 4014 has actually moved under its own power. For the first time in 60 years, last night, it was pulled out of the not pulled out of the shop, it pulled itself out of the shop. It was not pulled, it pulled itself under Steam, and it's like surreal. It's amazing to be alive at this moment in time because the Big Boy was just test run, like maybe an hour ish ago. An hour ago, it was test run. In fact, I will link a video in the description of the test run. On that video, the rights go to the original owner, not me. I will link the video. But seriously, what a time to be alive, folks! You've got something so big and so powerful brought back from basically the dead. 60 years of dormancy. So it's great. It's seriously great. I'm looking up at my model of 4014 right now, and I can't believe it. It's like it's really happening. 5 years ago, when I saw the article published about it, I thought there's no way they're gonna do that. There's no way. There's like no way that they would do that. It's too even 5 years ago when I was, what was I? How old was I? I'm 14 now. I was probably about 9 or so. Yeah, 9. So when I was 9, I thought, no, there's no way they would ever do that. It's too much. It would cost too much. Well, they did it. They did it. They pulled it off. It's done now. Right now, it has the 3985's tender because 4014's original tender is still in the coal phase. So it's like right now still got the coal bunker in it. So it's got 3985's tender right now, but 3985's tender and 4014's tender, both the Challengers and the, not the early Challengers. The early Challengers had a different tender, as well as the FEF ones had a different tender than some of the the big boys. And the late Challengers had they had the late Challengers had this basically the same tender as the 4014, the big boys. Just 3985s was already converted to oil in the 1980s, so for right now they've got 3985's tender hooked up, and then once they get the 4014's tender converted over to oil, it will be, its own tender will be reunited with it. So I would go out and celebrate. It's 9:33 p.m. I would go out to the garage and run the 4014 and celebrate. But first of all, I'm still working on the layout. It has not, like, I've taken up the track for right now because I'm putting the dirt down, and the dirt is very tricky to lay down, so I think I'm going to have to restart on the whole thing because the dirt's not sticking like it's supposed to. So I think I'm going to have to go get some Mod Podge because I've watched several of those, God, what's the guy's name? Luke Towan. Those Luke Towan videos where he builds those incredible dioramas. And so I watch a lot of those for my own enjoyment and for actually gathering some techniques for doing stuff. So the dirt is not staying down, and it's because I didn't lay down any glue to begin with, and then I have to seal it down. So it's like, I've already laid down dirt, but it didn't stick. What am I going to do? Like, I got the first layer to barely stick. But it's like, not really stuck. It's not really sealed, if you know what I mean. It's not sealed. it like you kind of can pick at it and it flakes off. So I think I'm just gonna go, and if I can figure out a way to just kind of scrape it all off, then maybe I can restart from the exact beginning. But if I can't, I can't. I'm just gonna have to swap the boards out and flip one over and swap the boards out, repaint the top board, and but no worries there. Still laying the dirt down, and the track's not there at the moment. And I don't have the passenger coaches for 4014 or 844. Yes, I know. I'm kind of silly for not having those already. But and if I get done by the time of the double header, if I get done laying the dirt down by the time of the double header, or at least a couple days after the double header, I have a model of 844 and 4014. You guys know that. Now the 844 model is a little bit cheesy looking right now because it does not have its handrails anymore. I took the handrails out because for one they were corroding, and for two, like they were corroding, or not corroding, but rusting and corroding basically. And they were just kind of falling apart and they wouldn't bend to the right shape, so I'm going to get some new wire and bend some new handrails myself because it currently doesn't have handrails. But it does have a dummy front coupler that I can hook to the 4014's coupler and rear coupler and double head them because the front coupler is the rear couplers can swivel enough to account that the front coupler on the 844 is a dummy coupler and not a operating coupler. It can pretty much do that. It can account for it. So it's basically, I wish I could run it right now, but I can't, and I don't have the passenger coaches. I wish I did, but I don't. So, with that said, I cannot wait, for just to see it. I cannot actually go. If I was going and to see it, I'd already be in Ogden. I mean, but I'm not in Ogden, obviously, as you can see because my room's right behind me. And the picture of the big boy is right there. Or it's actually 40. It's Big Boy 4012. That's just been laid. It's a picture that's been laid on the canvas. Thing is, it does not have a number plate, nor a number boards. You know why? Because they photoshopped them out. And I guess it's for copyright reasons. But why would they do that? Like, why not just leave the shield that says 4012 on there? Or the number boards. I mean, everybody knows it's a big boy. But, train people, rail fans, are going to look at it and be like, oh, it's a train, it's a steam locomotive. They won't know it's a big boy. Even though I have a model up here on the shelf. They could just look at that and be like, oh, that looks like a normal steam locomotive, and not know how important that is. No, not 4023, 4012. Sorry if I said 4023 at first. I don't remember what I said. But, yeah, it's just an incredible time to be alive at the moment. And I really, 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 really hope that they bring it through Midland. And if they don't bring it through Midland, then at least bring it through frickin' Denton or Fort Worth or something like that. Which, all of that is close to where I used to live. And I can make that trip on a dime. I could say, if I knew that 4014 was coming in 2 days from now, I could just, jump in the car like that with pack my stuff, and then jump in the car with my mother and brothers, and we could make an emergency trip to Fort Worth or Denton or whatever. The 844 actually came through in 2010. I think it was 2010 at least. 2010 when I was in Was I first? I wasn't even quite first grade yet. No, I wasn't first grade. I wasn't first grade. I was in first grade. Yes, never mind. So in first grade, when I was in first grade, 4014, or not 4014, 844 came through Denton, an hour from where I lived, and I never knew a thing about it. None of my family knew a thing about it. Nobody knew a thing about it. And if I would have known, I would have probably gone out there and had some photos taken of it. But I don't. No, I don't. I don't. Because I never knew about it. Until I watched a documentary the other day. And I was like, I didn't know 844 ever came through Denton. I knew something about 3985, but I didn't know anything about it. I knew it went through, like, Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant is actually a lot of the time where one of my uncles, Ralph Ann, he goes out there because both him and my aunt live in Paris, which is it's like an hour and a half away from Paris. Mount Pleasant is like an hour and a half away from Paris. So, and he didn't know that either. That was in 2010. So, dude, he would have been, whoa. No, never mind. He's 28, so I was gonna be like, oh wait, hold on. But, yeah, I never knew about it. So hopefully they at least bring 4014 through somewhere that I know, somewhere that I can make a trip to and get to film it and get pictures. But, yeah, what a fantastic time to be alive. And just congratulations to the Steam crew. Like, I know no one from the Steam crew is probably going to be watching this, but absolutely great job, Steam crew. Ed Dickens and everyone else, just fantastic job. They truly do need a round of applause. Now, I did see a photo for the track warrants, and I want a copy of those track warrants. I want a copy of them. Because I have, right here, let me move my lantern, I have, look dusty, I have the exact copies of the track warrant from the George W. Bush funeral train. I have the company issue, right? Is this... I'm looking. This is the company. This is a company issue. That's the engineer's copy. This is the company copy. So you have and well, train list issue number 1, engineer's copy, railroad company copy, and then I've got the whole like track warrant. So I do want a copy. If anyone knows how I can get a copy of that, let me know. Because I want a copy. Well, I want a few copies. I want one to hang on my wall. Just because I'm that kind of guy who likes to hang important stuff on this wall. And then one to just have. It's like I'm going to make some more copies of every single, well, probably not every single one. I might make a copy of every single sheet of this and get them framed as well. Or the copy of the copy. Copies of the copy. That way I can have one framed and hung up on the wall and one for just like for myself, just for display purposes. And because that would just be like some historic piece. That way, like, you know, way in the future, like, you know, by the time I'm, you know, that could be worth something. You know, way in the future, that could be worth something. That's considered a historic item. I would think it would be considered considered historic. Anyways, enough on that. I think I've run the video quite long, and my computer's actually shut off. It's timed out there. There we go. So, yeah, what a great time to be alive, and it's just phenomenal. And I never thought that I would be seeing a big boy, the steam locomotive, the largest operating steam locomotive, run again. Now I know some of you are going to argue, it's not the biggest steam locomotive ever. Of course it's not. I didn't say it was. There was larger ones that were unsuccessful. Erie Triplex. The Pennsylvania S1 class. There's actually a company that called the T1 Trust, and it's the T1, the Pennsylvania T1, the T1 4444 duplex. They're rebuilding that, and I don't know if it can be done. But if it can be done, it can. I mean, if a big boy can be restored, I guess. I guess they can build another duplex because all of them were scrapped. But I mean, if they can rebuild a big boy, they can rebuild a duplex. So I guess we'll just have to see on that one. But on that note, that's the end of my little conversation. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy. Hopefully some of you get out and see 4014. Hopefully 4014 runs through here or wherever you live for us to see. And stay safe out there, folks. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.